Saul Castaneda with Mcscgreenwheels, and I am here at home. So, like most of you, I hope everyone's staying safe and practicing your social distancing. Basically, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to be just cleaning up the rear quarter interior parts to our 1993 Ford Foxbody GT that we call Staff Sergeant Reckless. We're going to be wiping them down, just getting off most of the dirt, because we're also going to paint them up. We're going to use some semi-gloss paint here that we got from SEM, which you can find this on Lamar. I don't remember what it was as far as price, but if I can guess, it was expensive. So we're going to show you how this expensive paint works on our stuff. So what we're going to do first, we're going to start taking apart a couple pieces at a time, quarter panels, you know, on the back, on each side, and then the rear on the trunk, and then the speakers, and we're going to start putting it back together. We're going to start noticing what we're going to be putting on, some sound deadening on some of them. So just kind of marking them up, removing that old stuff and that old glue, and like I said, just cleaning them up so we get them ready for paint. So that's basically all we're going to do. Now what we have here right now are the rear speaker panels, as you can see them. So these came off originally off the car, and it looks like somebody had some pretty awesome, pretty decent little audio stuff here. I mean, it's dated. All right, we don't need the comments. It's dated. We get it. Still works. We're not going to really move them out. We're just going to clean everything up. We're going to take them off, and we're going to get this ready so we can paint this up. So basically 4 screws, and off it comes. As you can tell, I had already taken off 2. Like I said, this there it is. So it's actually a really cool little speaker. We're gonna clean it up too and reuse it. I like it. It's you know, we could probably do something better, but meh, whatever. I'm just gonna go with what I got. So I'm gonna put these back in here just so I don't lose them. It's always a good practice to just kind of return it so you don't lose them. So this was ready. We're just going to clean it up and get it ready for paint. Now we're going to do this one too. Soapy water will be best. Probably a brush, just to get inside all those little... Alright, this is all enough. It's not damaged. Perfect. Like I said, you can see all the dust on this thing. It's gross, you know. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a brush, toothbrush, and some soapy water, maybe some 409, maybe some alcohol to disinfect it. Who knows? We can see we got some stress fractures on this guy. So before we paint them, I'm going to see if I can put some epoxy in there. You know, just kind of save it. And we can reuse it a little later. Keep using it without having to make the additional expense. So I will carefully place this screw back. There we go. So obviously upon removal, somebody decided to damage it. Like a lot of our stuff, when we picked up our GT, it was actually in really good conditions. One of the things that you should really watch out for, guys, is shoddy repair shops. We were victims. Our good friends are victims, and many other people out there in the Foxbody community are victims of shoddy repair work, shoddy shops, or crappy shops. And as we started to go back through all this equipment here that we knew was good when we bought the car, it's all broken. They obviously do not care, they do not know, and more importantly, they don't care. So they damage your stuff, and you're left with a bigger bill than you thought. Now we got to go get some more internal parts. Like we're probably going to be in the market for a center dash for this car, and as we all know, the black center consoles, man, it's almost impossible to find. So be wary of that. As for us, as you could tell on our little speaker crate here, you know, wherever they threw it, that's what happens. No big deal. You know, nobody's really gonna see it, but we know it's there. So all I'm gonna do is just take some sandpaper and just kind of ease up the edges here, just even them up, and then just get them ready for some paint. and that should take care of a lot of it, you know, and at least it won't look as funny, you know, just these little hard edges in there. That's all we're gonna do. Just kind of clean it up a little bit, you know, just so it doesn't look as sharp and jagged in there. That's pretty much it. And then I'm pretty sure with the paint on there, yeah, you know, nobody's really gonna notice it. As you can see, it's already kind of starting to blend in there. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go through each one of these and clean it up. Get it ready for some paint. So basically, as you guys can see here, these are our quarter pieces in the back. Alright. Alright. So that's what these are. Got a little bit of sound deadening back here, these foam. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that off, and then we're going to put our own, as you saw us do, on the inside of that. So we got that one, and this one does too. So it's going to go all the way here. So we're going to take that off, get all the glue off that they have in here, and put some better stuff on there. And then we also have these right here. Now these guys connect at the bottom of the doors in the back. So once you connect to the back, this goes off to the side of your door. So yeah, we're gonna clean them up. It's just filthy, you know. At least they're not broken or anything. So I just got me some alcohol wipes. Just gonna wipe it down and get it ready for some paint. So let's see how much we can get off of this thing. You know, like I said, we're gonna try and get as much of whatever is not supposed to be on here as far as toxins or just glues or, you know, they've been sitting around for a minute. I don't need to hear it. I already know. That's good. And then, I mean, these wipes are really good. They have a lot of solution on them, so they have a lot of alcohol on them. So they will leave a little bit of a wet trail here. I also have just another clean rag if you don't want to wait for them to dry up. What we'll do, we'll just dry them up. Now, theoretically, I could be like, oh yeah, that looks good. It's, you know, not faded, not completely destroyed or anything like that, but I want to touch them up and I'm going to give them a fresh coat of paint so we can install them, so I get rid of, it'll at least fill in some of these scratches that you'll see around here, you know. So there we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Just trying to give it all a new feel. Might as well. Floors are new, you know, quarters are new, fenders are new, roof is new, doors are old. But, you know, there you go. Pretty clean and easy. Now I'll just paint it up. So I'll go ahead and finish cleaning the rest of these and get them ready for paint. So you can tell this one still has a screw here. Look at that. Let's get that out of there. Looks like it's in the wrong place too. Oh well. We'll find the right place for them when we go to install it. There it is. Perfect. Put this guy here and this guy. Like I said, guys, be careful with this stuff. If it's brittle, it's older. Yeah, just be pretty careful. You don't want to keep cracking it. This you won't see. This with the seatbelt. This I'm just gonna remove that access from around there. It's good. Let's see if we can clean this up just a little bit right there. Here, see, this part down here is completely dry rotted already, and so we're gonna have to see how we can clean this up right here. Make sure we could. Looks like somebody tried to save it before, and they used what looks to be that muffler clamp or something. So we'll go ahead and clean them up and see what we can do to fix it. So I'll get some of this crud off of it already. See, they forced it on there, and so now it's like really bent. So it's okay. We'll get them all fixed up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this guy off. Then I'm going to put a tape in the back side of it once I'm done cleaning this off. Shave the bottom of the inside here. Get it to make sure it doesn't do that. Add a couple clamps and stuff just in the back side to keep it nice and straight. And then epoxy it. So that's what I'm going to do. Take it off. Thicker one. See what I mean? See how it's chunky and hard, and it's all coming off together. You don't use crazy glue on this stuff, guys. That's what happened, and just dried it out. So I'm just gonna clean it off, make sure my paint sticks to it when I put it down there tomorrow. Alrighty. They're gonna grind it down a little bit more. So as you can tell, I got all that crazy glue epoxy that was on there, you know. And then what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go ahead and mix myself up a little compound. Oh look, still some wetness in there. Get that stuff off. Get as much as you can off using alcohol or something that dries up fast to make sure you clean it off good. So alcohol really just works the best. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it around as well. Flip it on its other side. Put a piece of tape here. Make sure it's all holds. And then just kind of like glue it in there with the other side. Even if I lose the hole, it doesn't matter because I can come from this side and just push through on the epoxy. But we're not going to try and do that. We're going to try and keep the hole in place. So the other thing we did see that the previous shop, when I go back and I tell guys, make sure you get a credible shop. Make sure they already had cut this. Obviously, this meant they weren't able to remove the seatbelt hole screw. So they don't care what happens because they figure the seat covers it, so they cut it off. All right. So I guess we can live with it, or I can repair it. I don't know. I'm figuring that out still. So what I'm gonna do though, take down some of these little scrapes here, just a little bit. Perfect. Just like that. And I know this probably you guys are saying, oh, that's excessive. Okay, that's excessive. So what? Mind you, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm pretty sure it will. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Alright. Make up some two-stage epoxy right now. Again, I want to make sure I get all this crazy glue off so I can make sure my epoxy has a nice solid bond onto it. You know, now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put a little piece of tape there, and then put a little long straight edge at the bottom. I'm going to use one of my tiny clamps, and it should give me the nice straight edge I need on there. Thanks to everybody on Instagram, Facebook, and especially on our YouTube page. And hey, if you guys know anybody that can benefit from our content and what we're doing here, don't be afraid to share. Most importantly, subscribe, leave us a comment, give us some likes. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can, guys, with whatever comments or whatever requests you guys may have. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep seeing you soon.